that the threshold for a conviction is 16. He cites Bayan versus Zamora, wherein that was a treaty and the Senate was not complete. I think Gloria Macapagal Arroyo then was moving on to another post. But the point being was, kung yun nga treaty daw, ito impeachment, 16 ang kinailangan pa din doon. So we said this is 16. In effect, if you believe it's less, take it up with the Supreme Court and we will obey. I think that surprised many people, whether you are pro Sara Duterte, anti Sara Duterte. Nobody saw that coming from Senator Chis Escudero. What is your take on that with 21 senators now who can vote?
Twice, it was a surprise to me because such a very important and jurisprudential and long-ranging decision should have been left to the plenary. Ibig sabihin, pinagbigyan niya rin dapat yung mga ibang mga senador na ihain ang kanilang mga opinyon. Hindi lang dapat siya because he has no monopoly of what is right. As a matter of fact, Karen, the nature of his statement is some sort of a modus vivendi. There was no definiteness. May volatilya siya. However, if you want to go to the Supreme Court, go, and if the Supreme Court changes, I will abide. So actually, there was no definiteness in that particular situation. It was more or less a modus vivendi. For the time being, hanggang wala nagke-question, ito ang gagawin natin. At number two, yung kanyang sinight na kaso on the treaty is not really applicable. Kung titignan mo ang ating constitution, basta halimbawa doon sa legislative powers of the Senate, no? Karen, basta gusto mo mag-refer sa senador, diretsahan na. The senator should, the senator shall, the senators, they will be decided by the Senate. Ganun yon. Pero sa public accountability, ibang-iba ang wording ng law. And this also makes a difference. It says, 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. Hindi sinabi 2/3 of the senators. Why is that so? Because the framers were very careful. Because after taking their oath and affirmation, they will be converted to judges. Hindi na sila legislature. Kaya members of the Senate. They are now an impeachment court. They are judges. And therefore, if you are judges, the other provisions of the Constitution become relevant. Basta't nagsabi ka na ng judges, due process na yan. Diba? So that therefore, it must be interpreted from the lens of the constitutional provision on due process. Walang judge na nagde-decide na hindi uma-attend sa kanyang binibista.
Pero ang argument ng ilan, just because nagtatago si De La Rosa, just because kinasuhan ng plunder ang dalawang senador, hindi pa convicted, that doesn't make them not members of the Senate. That's the argument of the minority, right? They're still members of the Senate.
But there is a transformation after oath and after affirmation. Sabi nga ng Supreme Court, you are transformed to an impeachment court. You are now judges. And from the lens of due process under the Constitution, a court, an arbiter, a commissioner who will hear cases must always be present. That is why sa Korte Suprema, basta't ang isang justice ay hindi nag-participate, makikita mo doon sa mga signature nila, took no part, quote-unquote. Parati nilang sinasabi yon because they cannot decide when they were not there. So dapat, that is how I thought that should be the way the constitutional provision on all the members should have been construed. But anyway, it's there already, so meron tayong modus vivendi until reversed by the Supreme Court.
Kasi a source told me yesterday that Presiding Officer Chis Escudero essentially, before announcing this, members of the majority knew. In other words, they all must have voted or agreed to it privately that it would be 16. And it was really the minority that was surprised.
Well,
so what's your take on that?
Yeah,
that
I think
it was
that
not taken on the floor.
That is plausible. I think that is plausible. Otherwise, may tumayo na dyan and move that it be submitted to the floor, to the plenary. But ako rin nagtaka, wala man lamang nag-object. Bakit gano'n? Parang wala, parang tahimik, parang suwabing-suwabe. So I really thought also, napag-usapan na yan even beforehand.
Yeah.
So,
And does that add credibility to that's my last question, to the trial itself? The fact that, I mean, it's been quite partisan, it's so divisive. The Filipino people are just divided now into anti-pro, which shouldn't be the case, you know? I mean, the Filipino people are more than that, but it's so polarizing that way. And isn't that declaration that it should be 16, doesn't that somehow set, some level of objectivity? I wanted to ask you that as a lawyer.
Yeah, man. I think it serves that
Of
purpose because
fairness. Yeah.
wag na tayo muna mag-interpret. Literally, let us just abide by the law. Let us be safe rather than be sorry later. So ito na muna. And I think all the members of the Senate nakikita naman nila, and I also sense that may gumagalaw naman May gumagalaw naman sa loob ng partisanship o sabihin na natin non-partisanship doon sa loob. So let us see, no? Let us see where it will go, no? How it will really serve the credibility angle of these proceedings.
On that note, I want to thank you, Attorney Mel Santamaria, former Dean of the FEU Institute of Law, for your wonderful insights this morning. And I think a last one very quickly, what are you hoping for? Really, with the prosecution? I mean, the ball is in their court. The burden of proof is coming from the prosecution. How would you want to see them perform?
Well, yesterday's performance was superb. I thought Congresswoman Luistro was able to capture the higher moral ground there, and was able to connect to the emotional gravity of the situation compared to the defense lawyer. Para lang tayong nakikinig sa lecture, no? Hindi na natin siya masyadong masundan later, pero si Luistro was talking about, halimbawa, sabi niya, yung walang presidente na may kaibigang hitman ngayon lang. So binaba niya talaga sa level. That was the political angle of the impeachment proceeding. Now we will go to the legal angle today and the subsequent days. Evidence. And I hope they can present the evidence clearly and smoothly. And probably after a long time, I think they are so prepared already. They're itching to present the evidence. So let us see.
All right. On that note, once again, thank you, sir. Mag-ingat po kayo. I'll see you again.
Thank you. Right.
And that is Get Start Today. I'm Karen Davila. Thank you for watching.
The trial is hereby adjourned until 2 p.m. of Tuesday, tomorrow, July 7, 2026.